Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Fix. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We're the odds couple. Today is Friday, March 31st. We're going to conclude our coverage of the divisions in Major League Baseball. We're going to start right now with the NL East. Mike Brenner, of course, the NL East. Washington is the big favorite to run away with this. And my take on Washington in years past was a team that could easily start to get very overvalued, especially when you had Strasburg pitching through an injury and minus 240 and stuff like that. This year, though, they are looking legitimately tough. They're looking legitimately awesome. My prediction for Washington is that they'll win a lot of games and be appropriately valued, be right around 0% in terms of ROI. I don't think they're going to be overvalued because they're that great.
I think they're going to trend towards overs this year as well.
Yes, and, yes, that's I have right here. I have might see some overs. Here we go in my notes.
And I see it. It's
might
right
see
there.
Some overs. Might see that's just a bit overvalued, but as legit excellent, excellent as they obviously are. It's just I just don't see them getting significantly overvalued.
And again, that's a team that's injury prone, third base. They have their situations, but they do look stronger this year. Coming out of the gate than they have years past. Yeah. So interested to see.
All right, I'll tell you one team that I think could be overvalued though is the Mets. And the reason is, the Mets, obviously, they have all those studs, big names in the starting rotation. Whenever you have a starting rotation filled with big names like that, you're going to tend to get high favorite lines, right?
Big time. But again, injury-prone team here.
Yes, and the lineup is just looking overall a little bit less than impressive, right?
That's it.
The infield, the infield is kind of old, and they do have Cespedes, but
he's injury-prone. Last year, he was golfing more than he was freaking playing baseball for crying out loud.
Even if he's healthy, it's just the lineup around them is just not particularly. And the thing is that the starters, even if the starters are as great as people are, thinking they are, if that happens, then you're going to start seeing these huge favorite lines with a questionable lineup.
Exactly.
So
no doubt, good breakdown there, Pete. And again, they've got some pitchers already having issues in their elbows. And camps just they're just getting ready to break and open up the regular season. This is a team I think it's also really, really sharp to call on the under on the team win total because I think this team's going to totally underachieve.
Well, also because if any of those starters do have some serious injury, which are all pretty much coming back off of surgery, if any of those starters go down, then you're looking at an unimpressive lineup with an unimpressive starting rotation, and then you're going to start to have problems winning games, even if you're a big underdog.
And a buddy of mine who's a big Mets fan is like, oh my God, David Wright's hurt. Hell, that guy's getting older. He's been injury prone. Yeah, that's not even a factor.
It's not even a factor. All right. Then we have Miami, which is a pretty interesting team here. Miami, their starting pitching is the weakness, but they do have some good stuff in their lineup. They might have, if their outfield, plays to what some people are projecting them to play, they'll have one of the best outfields in baseball. But they definitely have
the number 5 ranked offense in baseball too.
Yeah, and they also have a pretty good bullpen, but they have questions in the starting pitching.
Of course.
And
took a big hit last year.
Yeah, so this is a team that I'm thinking they might maybe want to look to fade them on first 5-inning lines and bet on them on second half lines.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky. I mean, obviously on a game by game basis, it's going to be a matter of how each individual starting pitcher is doing. They do have some good stuff in their lineup, so I'm not sure.
They do. Pete, there's a factor in here that again has nothing to do with numbers or trends or anything. We talked about it yesterday. All right, Boston, and again, I'm talking about Boston from yesterday. All right, David Ortiz, first year in many, many years they haven't had him in the beginning of the season. It changed the dynamics and the chemistry. Well, you look at this team right here, and I'm not kicking the dead horse with Jose Fernandez, but this team is now going to learn to live without their ace, who's obviously he's gone, and I don't think they're going to be able to put it together right away. I don't think this team has recovered from that blow, and it's still in the media, and they just won't let it die. So I don't know. That's a team I'm going to wait and see, but Don Mattingly, he can get it done.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Now the toughest team to call maybe in the entire division, and maybe one of the toughest in all of baseball, is Philadelphia. They're clearly rebuilding, and they're going to be in for a lot of losses. But of course, as we're seeing with the Sixers this year, they're also going to be a dog game in and game out. So you can easily have one of these teams in baseball that's like losing a lot of games overall, but still profitable.
Sure.
The question is just where the market will value them, and I could see them actually having betting value in some stretches that could be recognizable because they have some legitimately
they got some great
excellent
talent.
starting pitching.
There's no doubt about it, and they're kind of under the radar. But man, as a fan, because they disappoint so much. But I think this year they might surprise, and I think they're going to do it quietly, and they might be that one team, all right, that you just look at that right spot, bam, and pull that trigger.
So with Philly, I really have to watch it because even their big guy Michael Franco disappointed last year.
Big time.
But he's a big youngster with a ton of talent, so anything could happen this year.
They're going to give
disappointed again, or come back and all of a sudden have a huge MVP caliber
and I think
year.
He might. I think he might. Yeah,
it's possible. So this is very hard to predict. And the one thing that's definitely true is that Vince Velasquez and Aaron Nola have flashed top of the rotation stuff at times, right?
Yes,
if they can stay healthy.
If they can stay healthy, and that's been Velasco's, big heel, and thorn in his side. So we'll see what happens there. And again, they're without that catcher that was with them forever. I think Diaz, whatever his name was. God bless America. He was the locker room leader. So there's another team rebuilding again. If you look it up in the dictionary, by God, you'll see the Phillies.
All right, now the next one, Mike Brenner, Atlanta.
Wow,
this is a weird team. Obviously, they've got their new stadium,
which
going
you
on.
were stressing about today. My God, what am I going to do? The stadium?
Well,
Which way
I guess
it's going to go?
my preliminary research is that it should play relatively close to Turner Field, but there's always quirks in a stadium that you never quite know. Like, for instance, when AT&T Park first opened, people thought it might be a hitter-friendly park because there were short fences, and of course, it turned out to be one of the biggest pitchers parks in the game. But they're just a weird team because they've got some real talent. And the other thing that's weird about this team is that, remember, at the end of last year, they were one of the best teams.
They were hot.
Yes,
remember
exactly.
that? They were cashing left and right, ATS, and we were like, what's going to happen? Well, they carry it into next year.
And that's the big question. And then the other weird thing is they added all those like super old starters, right? They added Colon, Dickey, Jamie Garcia. So what do we expect from that?
I think this is going to be a mess.
You think so?
New stadium in Cobb County. The only thing that's going to work out for them right away is not as many fans are going to get robbed outside the stadium, like it was at the other field. Pete, this is a team I think we need to fade early.
You think so?
I do. I think if they pick up anything, it's going to be on the back end, second half of the season. But I look for some of those older starters, Cologne, to get pounded. And
you think so, huh?
I do. I think this is also a team total under. I think they're more rebuilding than the damn Philadelphia Phillies.
You think so, huh? Yeah, because look, we thought the same thing roughly when Cologne last year on the Mets, and look what happened. Then we were like commenting every game. He's old, he's fat, but he's awesome,
he kept winning. Yeah.
You think he's going to be older and fatter and not awesome?
He's not going to be awesome this year.
Okay.
No.
All right,
all.
So, and one thing I will be looking at, though, is that guy Fulton Navich. Fulton Navich, he's got, 5 pitches, great velocity. If he can put it together, the Braves might be a great bet when he's starting.
Yeah, they said he's got some stuff that no one's had in a long time. Been some really good reviews, and we'll see. It's just a shame. What they might do is wear that damn guy out.
Yeah.
But we'll find out if they do it. But my God, it's baseball season again.
I don't know. I'll tell you what.
I love it.
If I had to make a prediction right now, I might predict that the Braves actually might be very slightly profitable, at least overall on the year.
Why don't you just go ahead and make that damn prediction?
We'll see. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. All right,
Here
Mike Brenner. Anything else you want to add with the to the NL West?
Not really. I'm looking forward to NL East. I just
think
Washington. I agree with you, Pete. They stacked up. I think this is going to be the best team out of the gate for the Nats in a long time. I'm just not sold on Dusty Baker. Never have been. I think he's one of them good coaches, but not great coaches.
Right.
But if they stay healthy, they're going to make some noise in that division.
Nice preview, Mike Brenner.
Absolutely.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.